Now let's go to the VNet peering. What is VNet peering? For example, let's say you deploy your VNet 10.125.0.0/24, which is in central US, where you will deploy your VDIs, right? Then you may have another VNet where you will have your domain controller, DNS, whatever it is, 10.145.0.0/24. Okay, so this is also, let's say, central US. By default, communication across VNet is not allowed. Okay, so you can communicate within the VNet through the subnets, but you cannot communicate across VNets. Okay, so there comes something called VNet peering, because your VDIs should talk to your domain controller, right? Otherwise it won't, you cannot do DNS registration, you cannot take the VMs in domain, so many things. Okay, so there comes the communication requirement. So you need to establish a communication across your VNet. Now you may have a question, why I should require a separate VNet? I will create a VNet, one VNet. In this VNet, I'll create multiple subnets, and in one subnet I will deploy my VDI. In another subnet I will deploy my ADDNS, etc. So I can establish connection. Yes, you are absolutely right. Okay, but there is something called some issues with this kind of model. That's where we are going to discuss about hub network, hub and spoke in the later stage. Okay, so if you are deploying everything in a same VNet, then this VNet peering concept is not required. But if you are deploying your workload across different VNets, for example, tomorrow you may have some application. Okay, you may have a SharePoint deployment you deployed over here. So it requires, it needs to talk to your AD, right? So then you need to have a communication across these two networks. Either one option is you create a VNet peering. VNet peering is nothing but you creating a bond between two VNets so that it can communicate each other. Okay, one option is VNet peering. Another option, what you can do, you can create a VPN gateway also, but this is not recommended, nobody is doing. But just for your information, if somebody is asked as a tricky question, still you can establish without VPN peering, but you need to create a VPN tunnel between these two. Okay, so but nobody will do that because VPN peering is a very simple, and it goes through the Azure backbone, where this VPN, it will go over the public internet. Okay, so forget about the second option, just concentrate only on the VNet peering. So VNet peering is nothing but it is just a bonding between two VNets so that you can communicate each other. And the beauty of VNet peering is, let's say you are another VNet, for example, you opened a branch office in India. So South India, you have an IP address called 172.29, whatever it is. This is in Azure, South India, maybe in Chennai. So you can create a peering between your central US to your South India also. This is called global VNet peering. This is called regional VNet, or this is called regional VNet peering. This is called global because you're doing it across the region. Okay, so you can connect and you can establish a connection between your central US VM and to the South Indian VM, and it will work seamlessly without any issue. And all the traffic, it will go over the Microsoft backbone network, not on the public internet. So this is end of VNet peering. So I told you that VNet peering is just a communication to establish a communication we are doing.